also do another video because I'm still getting monitored and surveillanced, and it's keeping me awake. Mind you, I used to always be up to 2 o'clock in the morning anyway because I always finish work late to 4 a.m. But that's not what's keeping me awake. What's keeping me awake is the fact that for 9 years I've been monitored and surveillanced, and I had feedback for it. So yeah, I know. Where I got dragged into stuff, like I kept saying, creepy shit has been said about me. And here's the thing. My dog's name is Baxter, but I brought him with the name Baxter. So this is really weird. There was a lot of stuff being put into my own words said in 2016 that wasn't true. So apparently so let's go back. I don't know who's been spreading these stories. It must be my mother when she let some deadbeat Stephen Babbage live with her. So apparently some friend of Stephen Babbage years ago, whose name was Baxter or something, committed suicide. I don't know these people. This is long before I'd ever had anything to do with Stephen Babbage or something. Or anyway, weirdly that got brought up in 2016 because my dog's name was Baxter, and I'm like, yes, I would never call my dog Baxter. Baxter doesn't suit him. Baxter is after a French horror film that if you studied French at high school, you would remember it. And that's the thing. There's a French film, an art house film. So if you're an arty person, you would know the film Baxter. It's a French film about an English Bull Terrier. And that's where the name came from. I didn't call him Baxter. I would never call him Baxter because I think it's horrible because I know the film. And I said this. Now, I guarantee that my mother's making up stories again of pedophilia, all these other weird shit, which is why I don't believe Amanda. 2013. My mother's a scam artist, and you've got to start believing me when I tell you I've listened to a lot of bullshit that she's said over the years. And I'll tell you why I don't believe Amanda. Because, and I'm going to put this out, I don't care who listens, I'm getting fed up with it. I'm getting fed up with watching my life be destroyed, health-wise, because I'm monitored and surveillanced for 9 years by some scummy people. Scummy low life at the end of this street. Where I currently live, I keep having to move from these scummy people that are like being around the Rackleys. There is a guy at the end of this street called Blake, next door to other deadbeat lowlifes, scrubbers with kids, drunks. They look like cannabis smokers. They look like drug users. They look like drug dealers. That's what I have on the street that I live on. Absolute disgusting people that is exactly like being around either my mother's sister Robin Child's children, which is Shane and Christy Child's, or my mother's second husband. I do have a stepfather, people, and I do have a stepbrother. So I've had people from Tamworth continuously going, he doesn't have a stepbrother, and police not arresting them. Really? I do have a stepbrother who actually lived in Tamworth a lot longer than I did. He was still living there when I had moved back home to Sydney. My stepbrother, Daniel Rackley. And he affiliated with the area of Moonbi, including Moonbi House, the Freemason nursing home. He was there all the time with his father, Mark Rackley. I do have a stepbrother. Okay, ex-stepbrother now because they're divorced. And I'm getting harassed by people for 9 years because of this. I'm getting harassed by criminals. And because police have it wrong, the courts have it wrong, no one can bother looking at a document. Like I said, my father's Mark Ian Fleming. So myself, I am Mark Ian Fleming's son. My mother is Mark Ian Fleming's first wife. Okay? Carol Ann Purdy and Mark Ian Fleming was married in 1977. Now, I've had people from Tamworth say I've had a brain injury and I don't remember who my father is. Yeah, did you read the article, did you, in the Tamworth Northern Daily Leader? That was done in 2012, years after I was mugged after work. They used the story and combined two stories and made a bigger story, and none of it was true because they got all the information incorrect. Yeah, the information was incorrect. It said I had a house fire, showed a photo of myself and my cousin Joe and Hillier years after an event, and was talking about when I was mugged. That was in 2007. So 6 years prior. Yeah. So here's the thing. Okay, I'm really fed up with this. Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, a few years prior. So I was mugged November 30th, 2007, and the neighbour who had the house fire that affected my building was in 2012. Okay. And then the story ran, I don't know when it ran. All right. But I read the story and I'm like, oh, okay, none of that's really, it's touched some fact, like there's facts, yeah, my antiques and so forth, yes. But I didn't have the house fire, my neighbour didn't affect in my place. And yes, I was mugged, but I was mugged back in 2007. So it seems to be like the way it's read, it could be misinterpreted by the reader. That's all. I'm not saying they did anything wrong. I'm just saying each to their own, how people interpret things. That's it. So, again, my mother, if you have contacted me because my mother contacted you or you know my mother, then I want police to arrest you for a good reason. I'm not close to my mother. I've never been close to my mother. I can't stand her daughter that she had with her second husband. So my half sister, we're only related because of my mother. Her father's Mark Rackley. Okay? So I do have a stepbrother that people know from Tamworth. He lived there a long time. I've dealt with people who know Daniel Rackley from Moonby House. I never affiliated with Moonby House. I never was at Moonby House. I was never there. Why would I be at Moonby House? For what reason? For what reason would I ever go to the Freemason nursing home Moonby House? For what reason would I go to the area that my stepfather worked in? And my stepfather and my mother separated in 1994. So why would I go there with my stepfather after 1994 anyway? And that's where these people, including I think even Emma Fields, has been talking about Daniel Rackley. I have a stepbrother, Daniel Rackley, from South Australia, who moved to Tamworth around 1994. Okay, lived there with his father. He was there for the rest of the time that his father lived there before his father, who now lives in Cessnock. His father moved to Gosford, back to Sydney. Again, here is the facts, and police have changed the facts. You're talking about a country like Australia where it's so simple for police to change the facts. The facts are, I'm from my mother's first marriage. So you've got Carol Ann Purdy and Mark Ian Fleming. Okay? Mark Ian Fleming's birthday, he's born in December in 1956. My mother is born in January in 1956. All right? They had 2 children. My twin sister, Amanda Lee Fleming, and myself, Justin Mark Fleming. They divorced around, 1985, 1986? Okay? My mother remarried in, 1988 to Mark Jeffrey Rackley, who's born in December 1956. Okay? Actually born in the same hospital that my father was born in. All right? There's your facts. Mark Jeffrey Rackley had children from his first marriage. One of them is Daniel Rackley. The other one is Belinda Rackley, Kimberly Rackley, Michelle Rackley. Okay? Then Mark Jeffrey Rackley with my mother, Carol Purdy, had Jade Elizabeth Rackley, who died, and Faith Marie Rackley. Okay? My dad, from his other relationship with Debbie, so Debbie Mackay, her first husband is Lindsay Smith. Debbie Mackay and Lindsay Smith had Samantha, Laura, and Lucy Smith. Then Debbie was with my father, and they had Sky Sheridan Fleming. These are facts that all you people have just overlooked in the last 9 years and basically called me a liar because you had everything confused. I have sat with fucking deadbeats that my mother knows and that her fuckwit daughter, Faith Rackley, knows. And they're sitting there describing Faith Rackley's brother, Daniel Rackley. Exactly. And these are fuckwits from the nursing industry, first responder industry, the Freemason dickheads from that Moonby House wankers. I have sat there after my mother's gone, my husband worked here, my husband was a nurse, my husband, and this is my son. And they've turned around and go, oh, your dad? I'm like, not my dad, my dad's a builder. They're like, then Ned started. It's like, my dad's a builder, my stepdad. So you're talking about my stepdad, 2 different people. And then I'd be, oh, I knew you. Oh, you were like this, you were like that. I'm like, no, you're talking about Daniel Rackley with his little rat tail friggin' mallet hair, that reddish brown friggin', what he had, like, oh, it was disgusting. Like, the matte sort of mess that he had. He stunk all the time of fucking cannabis. Like his dad. You're talking about my stepbrother. He's a deadbeat that lived in Tamworth for a long time after. He was still living there when I was back home living in Sydney. And that's the other thing. As I've said, no one in the area would know me after 1995. And my mother kept this bullshit lie going. Because she's a scammer. She's a scammer. Why is it that she was telling people her last name was Rackley when it's not? It's Fleming. She's a scammer. She's lied to people since she moved to that area. So what, do you think she's going to stop now? She's a deadbeat. And you've got people on there going, yeah, you don't know me. I'll tell you who know me. Like, even, okay, for an example, with the Musical Society, I've had people contact me in the last 9 years who've been talking about Justin Pascoe. I'm like, wrong person. This is why I've kept saying, oh, and the other one was Darren Taylor from the Musical Society. I'm like, wrong person. This is why I keep saying, yeah, I've had nothing to do with any of you people since 1995. I moved back home to Sydney. I wasn't there long. I was briefly there, so I can completely understand if you wouldn't remember me. Understandable. I wasn't there long at all. I'm not from the area. My mother moved there with her second husband. I didn't socialise much there. Weekends I was back home in Sydney. Every holiday except for October was back home in Sydney. So I completely understand. You wouldn't really know me considering 1995 is a very long time ago. And I was only there from April 1989 until 1995. So I completely understand if you've accidentally or you've combined other people into me because you've got wrong information. But then you've also harassed my life for 9 years over it. And it's cost me money, it's cost me assets and belongings, and it's destroyed my credibility in America where I hold a green card to the US. My interview was with the US consulate in the MLC building back in August 2014. I've held a green card since 2014. I did study design, I did study art. You've destroyed my studies, you destroyed my life, you destroyed my figure. I'm a lot shit overweight than what I've ever been. I didn't have blonde hair. By the way, people that you affiliated me with or thought that I was, a great example is Darren Taylor had blonde hair, but he also had blue and green hair as well. Darren Taylor, I've had Aboriginals, low-life Aboriginals, think that I was him. I did, because some low-life deadbeat Aboriginal was thinking I was his. I'm like, I've been gay my entire life. I've never been with a female. But I do know you because everybody knows of you for the Musical Society back when you were dating Darren Taylor. You're a fucking schizo loser, Abo, that went with Darren Taylor. We all know this story. Anybody who was in Pirates of Penzance would know the story when Darren Taylor was with Jess Rowland's sister, or Jess Blackmore's sister, Beth Blackmore, Beth Rowland, whatever she calls herself by. We know you. Yeah, the rumours were around the entire Musical Society back when you were with Darren Taylor, the guy that had long blonde hair that dyed it blue at one stage or green at another stage. Yeah, we know you scumbag. Yeah, we know you for the rumours. Justin Pascoe was another person that was involved in musical societies as well. Had the same art teacher I did, the same drama teacher. The only difference is Justin Pascoe had a brother at my high school and he was older than me in an older year. Okay, so the information that was gathered about him. Okay, he also had mousy brown hair and wore commando clothes to school. He was in Little Cadets or something. And that conversation I had with people from Tamworth where they go, I remember you because you did cadets. I'm like, no, I didn't. Oh, you did? You were involved in the army? You were big on the army? I was like, no, I didn't. Wasn't. You're talking about Justin Pascoe. So I had that in the last 9 years. Shane Childs, same thing. I had some country guy loser harass me on social media about he swear, yeah, it was you. You used to ride at rodeos and you had all your girlfriends. So I'd like to know what's going on with the Tamworth and New England area. What scam are these people up to this time? Because they're obviously doing a scam. I've got Heidi Jones living below me. He's from Armidale. and like Heidi and Frank Jones from New England area. I've been harassed by Deb Mears from Marius Street in Tamworth and Michael Long, who was his fat, obese, drunken, deadbeat loser who had hot rods. Photos there in Peel Street in Tamworth taken with his son Bryson back, I don't know when it was, but it's in the Northern Daily Leader. So I got harassed by these people. Oh yeah, I've got a good memory because I can look at someone and recognise them and go, yeah, they don't know me, but isn't that fat shit that was in the paper? Yeah. Don't play me like you just did for 9 years, you country people. Because I was very polite at first. When I was very forgiving, going, look, I don't understand this organisation that's rallying around friends and family. They were told they got wrong information. The information they have relates to Rackley's. So obviously my mother's up to a scam and she's using, obviously my mother and Faith Rackley are up to a scam. Again. What has she done this time? You wouldn't put it past Carol to bug somebody, seriously. So obviously they are. Mind you, in 2018, I've got that voice conversation recorded where Faith Rackley hung up on Carol about her little scam. Yeah, because what was the conversation? With what Faith Rackley said to Carol? Oh, they're deadbeats. Oh, you're damn right they're deadbeat scammers. This started when Carol saw how much money I had in the bank. You are damn right my mother is a deadbeat scammer. And so is low-life junkie Faith Rackley. You're damn fucking right she is. She's sick. And anybody affiliated with her is sick. Anybody affiliated with Faith Rackley is sick. I wouldn't, in my entire life, affiliate with some low-life deadbeat. Just like the bastards I have to walk past at the end of this fucking street where I live. They are disgusting scumbags of shit people. Like Blake walking up with his camera today and I was like, fucking bite your tongue, Justin, because you're going to be out of here soon and that deadbeat hopefully is going to be in jail. Blake, some fucking deadbeat loser that you look at and think, yeah, that's a friend of. You would look at that and think, yeah, that would be an affiliate of Faith Rackley or a Christy Childs. I'm not the one making stories up. I'm the one getting lied about. And they are good little female scammers. They're used to it. You're going to see on my mother's side of the family, they're used to watching a legal system that doesn't arrest women. So in their own fucked up world, they do believe that they're invincible. They will never be on charges. Have you seen him be on charges yet? Richard Mihowski has a scar down the side of his face where he had stitches after Marianne smashed a bottle in his face. She didn't get arrested. Oh, but I bet you a man glassing a female would be in jail for 20 years. He didn't get arrested. I think it happened in Doonside at the Mihowski's residence, from memory. The stitches were coming out. Ooh, let me remember. I was young. Was it around 1990 or was it even 1989? Was it that long ago? But he has got a scar down his face from where Marianne Mihowski, my mother's younger sister, so Marianne Purdy, smashed a bottle over his face. Am I the one lying? Or does everything I say actually do match the facts? It matches the facts. Now, I have had to put up with being harassed for 9 years continuously. So, where I love how Heidi Jones wants to talk about her environment. Yeah, listen, lady, you people have just harassed my environment and tortured me for 9 years. You people. Okay, you have just broken my civil rights laws and human rights laws, and then to get away with it, which is what a lot of these people did try to do, was the mentally retarded bullshit. Okay, yeah, I'm not mentally retarded. So to try and cover up the fact that these people are breaking the law, they've then broke the law some more because New South Wales Police is still too dumb to arrest them because they thought myself playing a prank on Mark Henner in IGA in December 2016, and then me doing the same thing in Picton Court in 2017. They thought that was real. That was me looking at you fuckwits going, you need to be retrained. Definitely need to be retrained, you idiot. Or the other bullshit, when I was playing a prank on that organisation that came up to me, those wankers of women, those idiots. So Coles and, Audi. or what I did, from 2016 to 2018. No, that wasn't real, but you were breaking the law that I was trying to prove that you were breaking. Well, go back and read your handbook, because there's laws like privacy, confidentiality, stalking, monitoring, intimidation, harassment, criminal defamation. You broke my human rights laws and my civil rights laws. And this has cost me over 100,000 in savings, expensive assets, belongings, car, my life, my credibility. So pain and suffering, and future pain and suffering as well, that you're going to pay for, whether you like it or not. I love how these wankers of people sit back and they're like, oh no, we're not going to pay. Fine. You're going to pay. One way or the other, you're going to pay, whether you like it or not. I'm blacklisted. I'm labelled. I'm red flagged. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I was lied about in 2015 and I've been lied about since. I'm not backing down. And the best part of this whole thing was I played the biggest acting prank I could possibly do from 2016 to 2018, which means I've got that Belinda Jeffries. I've got her. Just like I said comments that were true about when she came over to my place for the night of her birthday in 2016. And, well, Walter Kennard came with her, and Walter Kennard's wife. I've got you. You think I'm going to be a character, a person that sits back and lets anyone lie about me? I'm not. You're my hairdresser that got paid for a service. You don't have any right, Belinda Jeffries, to involve yourself into my life and then slander me? No, seriously. So now I've got you and your friend Ush and all your little, going on some behaviour, and your friend Anthony Toomer. Well, that's how I met you, through your receptionist, Anthony Toomer. I've got you. That's it. So I'm sitting back going, yeah, I'm just telling you that there is going to be a solicitor involved. Organisations are going to pay those damages. You have insurance. You owe me what's rightfully mine, what I worked hard for, and I'll negotiate my job back. And then you can restore my credibility and look at the documents. You can do that. Because the documents don't lie. What I've said is the truth. You thought that was real from 2016 to 2018? Seriously, do you really think I was having a breakdown going, oh, I shake with the left hand because it's close to the heart? Really? Do I look like a character of a person that's that weak? Because I'm not. You fucked over the wrong person, and I sat back and played the biggest prank I could possibly do on you deadbeat losers. And I will make sure I destroy you, and I will. You want to come after my life? Who's the one lying? Me or some scumbag, low-life, pathetic women? I'm the one telling the truth. Some scummy little trash people who involved themselves in my life and harassed me in the last 9 years. There's a lot of that. We're social workers. No, you're not. You're a junkie that got a social worker job. There's a difference. I'm someone that's never been a drug user, and I've barely drunk alcohol in my life. And that's it. That's a fact. Oh, and last thing I'm going to say again. Oh, fuckwits who don't know me or my family keep bringing up why I look like an Arab. I don't do it deliberately. And I think that's actually really defensive and discriminative, because I look like the way I do because my dad's father. There we go. So I don't look like my mum's father at all. My characteristics actually do come from my dad's father. That is my nan and pop Fleming. That is Stanley and Ruby Fleming. There you go. I'm going to say that again. Black hair is predominant in my family. The predominant colour of hair, natural hair colour in my family, is black. Okay? Blonde or black. That's it. So, if I hear any more disruptions to my life, you're fucked. If I hear any more feedback from being monitored, surveillanced, or any other shit that's gone on, that's it. I will keep fighting, and I will. You owe me 9 years of unpaid salary. That's the least that you're going to pay me. 9 years of unpaid salary at my salary agreement that I had with Star Casino. You'll be doing that. But then I've got pain and suffering for the rest of my life because of this. You chose to come after my life since 2015. You chose to lie about me since 2015. You made the mistake in my life. You're going to pay for it. Every bit of damage with your mental head fuck, your mental health bullshit. And when I'm done, I guarantee you, when I'm done and right-wing conservative gets back in and they don't have time for your bullshit workers and your social workers and your groups and organizations and your fucking socialist communist crap bullshit, I hope to God that your organizations never ever exist again. I hope you're destroyed and there is no government funded money for you people ever again.